Well, hello, welcome to the first video on requesting a substitute in the new Taylor system. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Taylor system. I have it bookmarked in my teaching stuff, so let's just open up the web page. First thing you're going to want to make sure is when you click on your name, you're going to want to make sure it says employee. So the way you can tell that is if you click on your name and it says switch to employee, you're in the wrong one. You want it to say switch to substitute. So I'm an employee. I'm an employee. So you can see here, I'm just going to go into post and absence. So opening up the absence. Now, a couple things you're going to want to do is just select the day. You'll want to do this as single days. So I'm going to say I'm going to be gone on this week, Thursday the 18th. And then here's what you're going to need to put every day as its own, or each period as its own item. So I'm going to end up making 4 different lesson plans. So my first plan will be absent start and absent end. Leave this alone. This is for payroll. They want the 2-hour blocks as far as our PTO time. The next thing you want to make sure is you have a separate subschedule. So this is the actual start and end time of the period. You'll notice you've got to go the full. You're going to have to tweak that to make sure that it's 70. It's the full length of the period. Then for job reason, you're going to select whatever you want, and this will keep track of how many of your time left. I'm just going to say school related here. For this job position is whatever faculty you're in. If you would like to enter your room number, you can. I'm going to say B20. And if they have to report to somebody, you can do that. Otherwise, you can just leave it blank because it'll default to Jen. Then you'll click next. And then you can I would go to notes. And this is where you would put in your lesson plan for the substitute, and for the administration, it would be why you're going to be gone. So this is testing. So why you're asking for a substitute. If you need to add any attachments, you can add those to either of them. Then you click next, and you can post. So if you want to request certain substitutes, you can do that. So you can either, if you've created favorites, they will put here. If you want to select an additional person, you can see here. If that person is for some reason not available or not qualified, they won't show. They'll show up. So if somebody's not available to host on that during that period, they won't be posted as available. If you request a substitute, they will be given an hour to apply for your job before moving on, before this gets posted to everyone. So if you want to assign, if you know somebody specifically that you want to request, you can do that here to assign to the substitute. And again, you would just select that person. So if, Rick Barnhart and I had already made an agreement that he was going to take my first period, I could just do that. And that way he would get notified of my request. Otherwise, you can just leave it blank. Come on. And we're just going to post it to the pool, leave it post to the pool. Click next, and then post it to jobs. So there's period 1. I will need to do that for every period. So we're doing the 18th. And then you're going to, second period, let's say a second period is my prep period. So I'm not going to have this. I won't have any, I won't need a substitute. So I'll unselect the substitute request form, no room, theology faculty next, no substitute required because I'm not subbing that period. And then again, it would be the same reason to the administration, and you would then post that job. So you're just going to continue to do that for every single period in your day. So if you teach, say I teach third period, again, so you're going to want to adjust the end of the period for the substitute, job reason, national development, and then everything else looks exactly the same. So put your lesson plan here for that period, administration, and then there's fourth period. Everything else is identical. So lesson plan. All right, so now when you're gone for a whole day, let me go back here, you should have something that looks like this. So you'll have for each day you're gone, you'll have a different post for each period that you need, including your sub period. So you can see here, I requested a sub for Thursday, for first, third, and fourth, and I did not request a sub for my prep period. So it's fairly simple. I hope that helps you get started on how to post and request sub plans.